You know, so if I put wood in here, then I don't really need any framing. All I need to do is maybe like put an angle iron across this piece right here, right? So the wood will sit in, maybe into that, and on there at that level, I'll kind of like cut off some of this stuff, like cut this off and just put wood across. The other thing I could do is just put something across all the way in the middle, and it'll keep it from falling down. Basically, I need to get some sort of decking back here. Okay, so I got some wood here. There's nails in it. I gotta pull these nails out, but basically, if I just do that, I'll save a little money. And then all I gotta do is just like maybe get some angle to hold it on or bolt it. Which I didn't really want to use wood on this project, but I'm just tired of spending money on metal, I guess. I just need to get it done and get it out of here. Okay, this is what I ended up with. I do have another one of these, the narrow ones, that I could put for right there. I could also just use a 2x4. I think I have a 2x4, but I'll probably use one of these and then I'll just rip it to be that size. But I ended up with, this one's a little too long, but I can just cut it and it will fit in there. This one's pretty much the perfect length for that. I'll have to cut these and put the fenders in this area. I think that'll work good. Alright, so here's what I did. I got these angle irons welded in this way. And then I'll just drill holes through and I'll put carriage bolts down through here to there. I got another one right there. So and then I'll just use this wood and paint it. So that's what we'll do for this area here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to weld the handle on. It goes up here, right here. So here's the idea. I think I want it this way. Something like that. Somewhere in there should be good, I think, right? If I shut this. Yeah, this should be alright, like that. Alright, well, it's not straight, but it's on there. It'll work. It's all that matters, right? Today I gotta put these tabs on. I got some that I already cut for a different thing that I didn't end up using. So I can use those, and then I have these that I bought. I only need 4, I think, for this bit. For that bit there. Basically I need 4 for this length. I aired out the trailer, so it's sitting on the bags right now. It's as low as it's gonna go. It won't go any lower. Okay, I changed my mind again. So I went and got that long piece that I wasn't gonna use because it's too fat, and I cut it because now I'm gonna use it there. I'm gonna put that one there because then they'll go over the tires, which will sort of create somewhat of a fender. I might still go buy those round fenders and shove them in there, but I'm not going to make metal fenders right now. I'm going to wait until, because this is probably going to be temporary. Either I'm going to get bored of this project and it's going to be permanent, or I'm going to come back to it and then close this whole back area, and then this will be temporary because I'll put metal in. So we're just going to do this. So I got these and those. So now I'm going to put tabs and carriage bolts. I'll get the holes drilled and I can get carriage bolts tomorrow on my way home, or Saturday when I get paint. So, but that's where we're at now. Alright, there's what I ended up with. Just, you know, 4 tabs. These ones aren't as equally spaced as these ones, but I think it's gonna be alright. It just might look a little funny. But basically I'll put 2 through there and 2 through there, and then I'll just do the same thing over there. But I don't think I'm gonna film it, I'm just gonna do it. So, I mean, you get the idea, I think. Alright, so I drilled some holes in this wood and I put these carriage bolts in. So they're black. The deck is gonna be gray. It's gonna be painted gray, and so it should look pretty good. But then we got down in here, see that? Just goes right through those tabs right there. All hooks in. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with how it turned out. You know, I was a little bit worried about the spacing, but I think it's good enough. It's gonna be good. And I can just always, you know, simply replace these with new wood if I want to, or whatever, or put some diamond plate over this or whatever. So, but I think for now that's what we're gonna do, and then we can put our gear there, bikes, we can put the bikes there, whatever else. So it should be pretty good. Yeah, so I'll just keep going here now on these ones. All right, there it is. So, you know, I need some more bolts, which I'll go get tomorrow, but they all fit. This is about how the layout is going to be. I could put something to cover that, maybe a 2x4, but I'll probably just leave it the way it is, honestly. I don't hate it, so I'm just going to call it good. It will work. That's the important thing. I could probably get some like D-rings too to tie stuff down. I don't know what's really going to go here for now. The trailer's not done. As far as the bikes go, they're probably just going to, I'm not really going to mount them here. I'm probably going to end up just getting a receiver hitch and like bolting it down to this. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the receiver tube right in this gap right here. Probably going to weld it right to that. Just have it sticking out right there, because then, you know, you can do other things with it, like, you know, I might be able to hook other things, like if I need to do other things, you know, other rack attachments or whatever, you know. I'll just put it in there, and then the bikes will just kind of hang out up here. They'll just come out of there, hang out up here, be totally fine in this area, right? And then in that area we'll put like tools and the jack. So I think it'll work. And then the trailer there, it's gonna be good. So I'm happy with that. I think it turned out good. Just once I get gray paint on this, the black bolts and gray paint should look pretty good. You know, it's not bad. It's even, it's a little weathered, you know, like this board might need some more glue, I don't know, but it's a deck, and didn't cost me any more money, so, or hardly any. So we'll call it good there. So basically now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tear all this apart and take the suspension back off. I'll probably take the wheels off this time, off the suspension, clean the axle, and I'm going to start priming and painting. I'm basically just going to go through and clean everything as best I can, put primer on it. All right, let's go through here and primer this thing. It's like this red metal primer. I went through and put it on everything. This is where this project's really going to start to sort of look a lot better, you know, because it's like you go through and you're grinding and painting and there's like crap everywhere, and it's just the way that it is. And then when you start to paint it, things start to look a lot better. So it's interesting because a lot of my projects that don't ever get to this point, I basically build them and then I give up and wander off. But somehow, I didn't get distracted on this one. So, all right, everybody. So all I was doing now is just going through and kind of painting the suspension. I painted the axle, painted half of the door there. That's what you see there on the right. Primed and painted. The red is like a metal primer. I think it's the Rust-Oleum there. Then I just got that gray paint. Just going to paint the whole thing gray with like black accents. So eventually I'll do like black vinyl stickers for different things and stuff like that. But here's the progress that I got to in this video. I'm kind of just jumping all over with things, not really going in any kind of order. I would basically just go out and do what I could when I could. So this is kind of what I got done, is this back painted, and then we can kind of get the decking on, start installing like all the air compressor, all that kind of stuff, final install on the bags and that kind of stuff. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you could, give me a subscribe, and I'll keep putting these trailer videos out on the weekends, and I'll do appliance videos all week. That's kind of the plan for now going forward. We'll see what the future holds and how many appliances I can crank out. Maybe I could eventually get back to a 7-day appliance videos, but let me know what you think about this trailer build down below, and I appreciate you being here. So let's just keep this rolling. Thanks. Yeah, comment, subscribe. Okay, bye.